Might be time for me to make a move next out of my job. I want no parts. Just waiting any day now for the right opportunity to come. But honestly, I know I have to make my own I procrastinate too much. For life, it scares me about getting trapped or stuck. But fuck that. That's time travel for me. That just put me back in that apartment. When I moved a couple months ago, I found my old journals. I found maybe 5 or 6 notebooks with just like notes about my life. I don't journal anymore. I really need to get back to it. But when I came out of the fan cave in 2014, one of the guys that was in the fan cave with me, Stanton Jones, he had a journal of every day of that experience. And that was such a ridiculous experience that I was like, damn, I wish I had something like that. And God works in mysterious ways. The phone that I had got erased, and the MacBook I had with all the stuff saved on it crashed. So I literally didn't have any of the videos and memories saved. It's all in my head. So when I got out of the fan cave and I started to apply to jobs, I started to try and go on the journey to make it in New York City, I started writing and I started journaling. It was very hard to do. It was a struggle. There were a lot of days that I was down, and putting that pen to paper was very therapeutic. And now fast forward to today, there are a lot of people that ask me, what did you do? There are a lot of people that ask me, how did you make it? Or what were you doing when you were my age? And I can't remember everything, but there are things in these pages that will unlock memories. There are going to be things in these pages that will lead us down a path where I could tell you a story about where I was and what I was doing, and I hope that that helps somebody in the situation that they're in. Yeah, literally. Life notes, work-life notes, work notes. When I worked in social media, there were definitely just a lot of days where I was like, what do I got to do today? Yeah, this is crazy. Even like, this doesn't have a cover on it, but like I can see here, this is interesting. Like, I, wrote down like now following, Yes Network, FS1, Fox Sports, MLB, NBC Sports, Undisputed, NFL on Fox. Like, I just was following accounts to like stay up on sports and stay connected and hope to be seen. Let's see here. What I'm gonna try and do is separate here and find, we're in February right now, so it's February 2025. If I can find anything from like February 2016, 17, 18, I think that would be good for this segment. Yo, that's crazy. So when I worked at MTV, they tried to bring back Yo MTV Raps. Nick Cannon was spearheading it, and when I worked at MTV, I was the like lead social digital guy for Wild 'N Out. And what they always said about me was like, yo, you get it, you understand. Like, I understood the culture. I understood, what was working on social media. It's funny to even see this now because Yo MTV Raps never got rebooted. I also sat at MTV on the panel that helped bring back TRL. And I remember how they were talking about bringing back TRL, and I'm like, this is never going to work. I'm like, these kids are not going to be at home at 3 p.m. watching the TV like we were. Like, these kids need everything on demand. It's funny, like, some of the rappers that they wanted to bring on Yo MTV Raps, this has never happened. But, like, when I was at MTV, as a social media coordinator from 2015 to 17, these are the type of things that I was involved with. Okay, here we go. Close enough. This is probably going to be embarrassing, but embarrass yourself. It builds your character. So at 12:20 a.m., February 18th, 2017, I wrote, I suck at writing, but I'm keeping up with writing. Even holding this pen, I can't possibly gather all the things I've missed in the last month. I'm getting older by the second, and every second is flying. Nicole got a new job in the city. I'm very happy for her and proud of her. This is a step in the right direction for her career and our lives together. Might be time for me to make a move next out of my job. Then we can move to NYC. Camelot high-key sucks. Smelly-ass food downstairs. Loud-ass Billy upstairs. Left that pussy a note. He called me, and he's been better since our convo. But why the fuck I gotta even do that? Why do I have to wait until Saturday to get my package when it arrived Monday? Oh yeah, no one shows up to work on time, and I tried this twice this week. Might be able to start saving some money this month. $300 in savings. Looking to have $100 in Bank of America and $200 in Chase come next week. Mid-month, I'm getting $1,540. Working OT and the extra BS at work has helped. It has also calmed my nerves about how whack it is. Ship is sinking. Can't be a part of making MTV jiggy again. I want no parts. Just waiting any day now for the right opportunity to come. But honestly, I know I have to make my own op. I procrastinate too much. For life, it scares me about getting trapped or stuck. But fuck that. 60-degree weekend in February on deck. A 3-day holiday weekend. After Nicole was out of commission for 9 days. All will be well that ends well. Got a plot, plan, prepare for what's next. Trips, ideas, moves, moving, life in itself. I'm blessed and thankful. Big day tomorrow, going to the shore, then possibly into the city in Brooklyn. Let's get it. That's insane. So for context there, Nicole is my wife and the mother of my child. Back then, we were living in Carteret, New Jersey, in an apartment complex called Camelot. That's why I said Camelot sucks, smelly ass food downstairs. My neighbors downstairs were from like Middle East or something, and they were steady cooking, and it smelled up the whole place. And Billy upstairs that lived above me, a single dude, he would come in. This dude like just would run around in his house with no regard for us. And that's why I wrote, left that pussy a note. He called me, and we've been better since our convo. I had to check his bitch ass. I really was on one. And Nicole didn't like that I did that. But I'm like, yo, he's got to be more respectful. We all pay the same rent. That's crazy. I remember the packages. We lived in one building, and then there was a main building where the front office was, and that's where they housed all the packages. Because we live in a sketchy area. You could get your packages stolen, so all the packages got delivered there. They kept them locked up. But that's why I said, yo, why do I gotta wait until Saturday when my package arrived Monday? Because someone's got to go there, unlock it for you, give it to you. It was such a pain in the ass living over there. And it's funny, man. Man, for anybody thinking your money's not right, or anyone thinking that you're not making the money you want to make, I'm laughing thinking about me saying, I'm trying to put $300 into my savings, and I'm looking to have another $100 in Bank of America and put another $200 in Chase. I was literally pumped up about being able to save $300 and put $100 in my Bank of America account and $200 in my Chase account. It was something then. It was substantial then. So you gotta save. And you gotta be excited about saving money, even if it's that little bit of money, because one day that's gonna keep stacking, and it'll be $300, and it'll be $2,000 and $1,000, and your salary's gonna go up faster. This is 2017. I'm talking like this, and it's crazy to think that I wanted out of MTV. That was February of 2017. I ended up quitting my job at MTV in July of 2017. So 5 months later, I was out of there. I knew I was out of there, but I still showed up to work every day. I still went through the motions. And, I'm literally in my head talking about procrastinating and not wanting to get trapped or stuck. Look at me now. It was temporary. It was a means to an end. It was a stepping stone. It was something I needed to go and do and go through. But I think the best thing is that I ended it on a good note, reflecting with that's something you have to do as well. You always have to end either your prayers or your meditation or your journaling with being grateful, being thankful. I'm grateful for a 60-degree weekend in February. I guess it was one of those fool's summers, or when it'll get unseasonably warm and everybody will geek up, then it'll go back to being cold. And I guess my wife had been sick for 9 days, which at the time she wasn't my wife or fiance. She was my girlfriend. This was our first apartment living together. But like when you live with someone and they're sick for 9 days, that's time travel for me. That just put me back in that apartment. I can like see that apartment. I can see that apartment complex. I can see the bus coming that I used to take into the city to Port Authority and then walk from Port Authority to MTV. And I probably wouldn't have thought about any of that without looking at this. That's cool, man. Yeah, let me try and... This is just the next one in this notebook. So I guess I didn't write for close to 2 months. The first one I read was February 18th. This one is April 7th. So, and it's funny, the last one was at 12:20 a.m. This one is at 12:29. I think a lot of times I was writing before I would go to bed, almost like a chore. Like, all right, let me write something in there before I pass out. So, April 7th, 2017, 12:29 in the morning, I said, I haven't wrote in a while. I definitely need some kind of app in my phone, but last time that ended up getting erased. So I guess I'll stick to this on occasion. Damn, just looked at my handwriting. Like, yo, what the fuck? Will I be able to read this later? Either way, just got home from Wildin' Out Live. Last week of late Thursdays for me. The time smoked by, and I definitely made some dough off of it. Still 2 more checks to come, so I'm thankful for that. Just had my first night of driving Lyft yesterday. I had 2 rides in about 2 hours and made $8. That's shitty. I'm going to assume it's me. I'm rookie ball out here. I'm not good yet, but I'm about to play this game, probably whip tomorrow somewhere during peak hours, then Saturday and Sunday. Gotta map out how to get this 98 rides in 22 days. That's about 5 rides a day. I can't drive every day, so I gotta map this out to get that $500. Anyway, just did the math. Fuck, I can't do it. It ain't gonna be easy, but I'm up for the challenge. It will be worth it whether I get the bonus or not because I'll be making bank. But fuck that, I'm getting that $500. Shit. Fuck. These pussies won again. I got a DJ Zeke's wedding. Yankees lost the first series 1-2 on opening day. 1-2. Opening day is at home Monday. I got to keep lifting, running, editing better, creating good habits for the summer. I'm ready. I haven't missed a summer that I can remember yet. I need a new MacBook ASAP. I need things to film, to document, content to create, people to entertain. Should be fun. I got to grow my fro a little bit, take some trips, live out my last days at age 28. Wow. So, yeah, I don't know. I definitely used to burn before I went to bed. So I guess I probably, burned the L, got in bed, and wrote this passage, some more context on things that are in there. Wildin' Out Live, Nick Cannon show, Wildin' Out Live. I used to be the main social media coordinator, putting out content before the show. And then when the show would go live, I would live tweet it on MTV's account with like 1 million followers. And then we would have things to do afterwards where I say, I definitely made some dough off of it. I was staff at MTV. I was project-based. So I was able to put my timesheet in and write overtime. So those were days at MTV where I would be working from like 10 a.m. to sometimes like 10 p.m. at night. I start talking about Lyft here, and it's funny that this was the time that I started doing Lyft. I remember getting a promo in my like Gmail, complete a certain amount of rides, and you could trigger a bonus in Lyft. Man, I remember the first rides that I did. It was terrible. It was scary. It was not fruitful. I wasn't good at it at first because you're nervous. You're like you hear the dum, you drive to the destination. A stranger's getting in your car, and you gotta you gotta be of service to someone else. But it's funny. Like I acknowledged that I wasn't good at it, but I also said, like, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to figure this out. And then I said, fuck, I can't do it. But then I went back on it. I'm like, no, I can do it. All right, I'm going to get the $500. So I think what it was if you Yeah, I got 2 rides my first day. You needed to complete 98 rides in 30 days to trigger an extra $500 bonus. My dumbass, I went to the initial onboarding or lift thing where they say like they give you your packet, they check your car, whatever. I don't even remember. And I didn't start riding right away. I should have started like picking up people right when I left. I let almost a week go by before I started. What's crazy is like I actually did complete this. I remember completing it and staying up all night. I did it the night before the NFL draft. I stayed up all night, went to sleep, then drove back down to the shore area, picked up my sister, and we drove to Philly. The draft was in Philly that year. This is a crazy experience for me to go back to, even though like I wouldn't have never thought of this, honestly. I don't remember that opening day. I didn't DJ my boy Zeke's wedding. I was the best man, but I didn't DJ it. I think I told him like I was gonna get too faded for that. But even man, taking a pen and writing out, I gotta keep lifting. I gotta keep running. I gotta keep eating better. I gotta keep developing good habits for the summer. I'm ready. I haven't missed a summer that I can remember yet. That's me basically saying like, yo, when the days get longer and it's warmer, I'm gonna run through this shit. And I did. Kind of crazy to think that like my mindset was the same, right? I need a new MacBook. I don't know how many new MacBooks I've gotten since 2017, probably 4. I need things to film, to document. Back then, I was doing a lot more shooting and vlogging, and I wasn't the subject, right? I need content to create. I need people to entertain. This should be fun. It's wild to think about that spring of 2017 where I was. Yeah, so that's it. That's the first 2 passages from 2017 from these journals. We'll keep this up. We'll keep going back in time in what I call the time machine, back to my younger self, under 30, as I was making my way, doing things like working at MTV, driving Lyft, Uber, and just trying to figure out life and what was next. You should start journaling. In that passage, I said, I need this in an app or something. They do have an app in iPhone now that's easier for you. And yeah, man, thanks for watching. We'll be back with more.